Yeah, so hello guys and welcome to our today's stream. And in this stream, we are going to discuss everything we know so far about Toy Story 7. As you all know, that Toy Story 6 is definitely on the board with a lot of updates coming out officially from Andy Stanton and from the production team of Pixar. And now we are, you can say, moving towards Toy Story 7. And the reason behind this is that Andy Stanton said that there's not only Toy Story movies out there coming soon. And the reason behind this is that he said that the franchise is not over yet. There's a lot more stories to come for the fans. And definitely when it comes to specifically for Toy Story 7, then Toy Story 7 have got a, you can see, more good specification because of the reason that Andy Stanton gave a statement that while working on Toy Story 5, Pixar has brainstormed ideas for almost two more Toy Story movies, which are Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7. So as we all know, that Toy Story 6 is already highly speculated, and there are a lot of updates and things about it. Or you can say hanging on the board with this statement that Pixar has the ideas for the next two Toy Story movies. Like, yes, after you have said right, the chances for the Toy Story 7 emerges from the statement of the director of Toy Story 5, obviously the man behind the you can say current Toy Story franchise, the main you can say person, the main creative person of the team, the creative head, Ed Stanton, when he said that while you can say brainstorming ideas for the Toy Story 5, they have also you can say brainstorm some ideas for the sixth and seventh installment, and from there we could get you can say uh, idea or think like that we could expect that Toy Story 7 can also be there in the plans of Disney and the production team, obviously. And after the one thing here is which I really want to mention is that after the huge success of Toy Story 5, you know that the success of one film truly contributes to its future, obviously, like we have seen in the case of many animated movies. But here I want to share the example of The Conjuring. Like it was first, you can say, decided that the Conjuring the Last Rites movie will be the last installment in the franchise. But after the huge success and $1 billion mark crossing of the film at the box office, the creator really decides to bring it back for another installment and continue the franchise. And however, now they're planning a prequel. They are, you can see, making a film, although they have to move backward in the storyline. So that's the effect of the box office and things like that, because obviously the investors and the other you can say elements who are involved in the production or things like that, they want the films to perform good at the box office. And when you got such franchises like Toy Story, which performs you can say so much well at the box office, then why you can't make you can say more movies in the franchise? And when there is, it's only you can say animated movie. Obviously animated movies you can run it for so many years. Yes, obviously. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with your idea, and that's the only reason why Toy Story franchise have been surviving. All I was writing the script. I am telling you an insider thing. By writing the script for our upcoming video, I was really shocked success. After that, from Toy Story 3 to Toy Story 4, there's again a gap of 2 years. But still, the Toy Story 4 was a huge success. And now, can you imagine this? Yeah, we have seen the animated movies over the years. There are a lot of gaps between the sequels, but not that much. Yet still, somehow, and each movie is quite different from the previous one. Like the Toy Story 5 is more based on the tech era, while the Toy Story 4 was based on some totally different thing. On the other hand, Toy Story 3 was totally different thing. Yet still, they are producing almost a movie in a decade. Yet still, they are, you can see, striving for almost, you can see, 3 decades. And the reason behind this is just simple, that the box office, people, fans, we all love it a lot. And the reason why we love it is that the storyline is unique, the characters are almost amazing. How they have built the storyline and the characters over the years. Definitely, hats off to their hard work and their, you can say, production team, that how they have managed the thing, that not ruined. As in the past, we have seen many examples of the animated movies that got ruined in the sequels. There are a lot of sequels for Kung Fu Panda, but not all sequels are the good ones. They have ruined the storyline in some sequels. Yeah, the Kung Fu Panda 3 was amazing, but other than that, the sequels doesn't sound good. But for the Toy Story, each sequel or each movie, you can say, the franchise has produced something really, really good. And that's the reason why this franchise is surviving till now. And that's the reason it will still, you can say, continue in the future. That's the reason why Andrew Stanton has officially said that there will be more Toy Story movies, because Disney and Pixar knows that people want more Toy Story movies. People want more content from this franchise, and they do have ideas for it. They have very unique and good ideas. Like for Toy Story 6, you will see that they will make some unique thing, and the same will go for the Toy Story 7. And to be once again speaking all of this, one thing is the popularity of the box office, and the other thing which makes Toy Story franchise quite different from all of the Disney franchises. Like for example, there's also Moana there on the board, which is also $1 billion, which is also crossed over $1 billion in. But what makes Toy Story quite different from other franchises is that it's merchandise. It's not the case with Moana. That's not the case with Utopia. Yeah, they do have a merchandise. They do have, you can say, Disney World amusement parks and things like that. But they do not. What they don't have that kind of, you can say, merchandise sales, because Toy Story is based on toys, and you can sell toys to all the kids. So that's, you can say, that's how it makes the sense, and that's how this, you can say, unique idea has been crafted. But anyways, the main thing is that we are getting these amazing movies back to back, and we love them. And the thing and the idea about Toy Story 7 is really amazed. It really amazed me because, Toy Story 6 is on the board and we really like it. But we also want the storyline to continue, because we don't know, we respect everyone's, you can say, opinion. If your opinion is something different, you can also comment your opinion and chat with us about what your thoughts are on. But in our opinion, we want, as a Toy Story fan, we want more Toy Story movies. Until or unless they have the ideas, they have the unique concepts to introduce and to, you can say, run the storyline, they can do that. Yeah, if we ever feel that they are just now dragging up the things, the same storyline again and again, then we can say that, yeah, they are now dragging up the things. But as of now, in the current 5 movies, each one of them is fully unique. And I hope so that all of you will agree with me, will agree with us, that none of these movies, you can say that they are dragging the things, because they have just literally put the effort in each one of them separately. And the same will go with the Toy Story 7. What did you think, Tanvir, about this? Yes, obviously, Akhtar, you have raised a very good point. As there are some people who thought that the idea for the Toy Story 7 is not good, and even the idea for the Toy Story 6 is not good. They said that Toy Story 5 is, you can say, the best ending, has the best, you can say, scenario to end the franchise. However, these are only a few ones, not the major fan base, because every Toy Story fans, most of the Toy Story fans, majority of them want the Toy Story, more Toy Story movies, more Toy Story content. They want more from the franchise, because they knew that the 5 installments, the 5 stories which have been yet released by the franchise aren't enough. The franchise has so much potential left, and they should have, you can say, given the franchise a time to, you can say, deliver it 100% before they started thinking like that. They are now dragging the things, and that they could eventually, you can say, end up by ending it on a very good and possible scenario. But obviously, most of the fans want the Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7 to be there in the theaters soon, because they want more for the franchise. And you know that, Akhtar, like the thing you have said, that Toy Story is a franchise which have nearly a decade gaps between each of its installment, and since and Even after that, the thing after at the point is there is that even after that, after they are releasing the Toy Story 3 after a decade, still they didn't need to have any promotion or thing like that to promote their appearance again, to build their presence again, to build their franchise and you can say fan base active again. Because in most of the scenarios we can see that whenever a franchise wants to revive, wants to get revived again with a sequel, even after you can say few years, they first of all you can say use some marketing techniques and things like that to again revive their audience, their potential fans and things like that. And you can say they make their fans to get aware that the movie is coming. Like I will give you example of the Shrek. Now the Shrek 5 movie is coming probably next year, and it will also have another movie of the spin-off focusing on the donkey character from the Shrek. It will release the next year after that. So right now, what they are doing, they are currently you can say focusing on reviving the fan base again, reviving the things of the Shrek and related to things like that again. They are, you can say, right now they are producing the awareness of the film and the franchise to revive the franchise once again, so that when the next year the movie will come up, they obviously got you can say good numbers at the box office. But for the Toy Story, they didn't need anything. They just, you can say, need to have the announcement. And Toy Story is the only franchise in the animated history that has so much huge fan base. And even if they release any movie after 2 decades, I think so. Uh, even if they, you can say, release any movie after 2 decades, then still they got the same popularity because it's a movie which you can say fits in every era, in every age, and that's what I've said so many times that they make every movie which is valid for that era and also valid for the old fans. You know that they have applied the concept of technology in this movie. Obviously, the new kids, they definitely align with it. They could definitely align with it because they have tech gadgets now in their childhood. And if you can say bring the you can say get a little bit back, that the fans of Toy Story 3, obviously they are now right now in college or university or maybe on some work or things like that. They can still align with it because they know that they are already aligned with the characters, that they are their childhood heroes, and now they are returning with a new topic and new social issue, which is the age of technology. So they make every film that will align with the age and era, and I think so. After that's a major point too. That's a major thing which Toy Story franchise have captured, that they made every movie which is valid for that period of time. Obviously. Yeah, Tavi, you're obviously right here, and the things are, you can say, really amazing with this franchise in all terms, and that's why we love Toy Story because it has that kind of uniqueness to offer, which none other you can say franchise can offer you. And for a fun fact, I would like to mention that as you have said that Toy Story didn't do any kind of special marketing, and you're totally right. But just I remember that before the release of Toy Story 5, they did you can say at the 30-year anniversary of Toy Story franchise, they did a special screenings of all the Toy Story movies. And guess what? That screening, even after the first Toy Story movie, it's been, you can say, 3 decades, almost 3 decades, but still it crossed over, you can say, a lot of, you can say, money and a lot of, you can say, box office even after years of being released. And that was, you can say, again a massive record. And the reason is simple. It's that because people love the movies, people love the concept. And anyways, if we move forward in our stream and discuss the Toy Story 7, then, as first of all, we have, as we discussed before, a lot of times that Toy Story 6 is already there on the board. And whether you acknowledge it or whether you don't acknowledge it right now, but one thing is confirmed, that something is going on for Toy Story 6 because Andrew Stated has stated it multiple times. We have made a lot of videos over this. That if we just, you can say, keep giving you that statements again and again, you will get bored. So we'll just, you can say, continue with Toy Story 7. So the concept of Toy Story 7 actually emerges when Andrew Stanton gave the statement that Pixar has brainstormed ideas for almost 2 more Toy Story movies. So this directly points towards Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7. And why he revealed that? Why would he reveal such info that Pixar had ideas for 2 more movies? It's just as simple that he's pointing that Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7, they already have been on the board. There's an idea there because for every animated movie, there is first of all an idea. There's first of all a concept. Uh, for the very first step, you have to, you can say, think that whether you want to continue with a sequel or a next movie for now or not. Because in most of the cases, when a animated movie is released, they just leave it for a year or two so that it can complete the box office cycle. Because in most of the case, these movies kept running for almost an year, but that's not the case, for a franchise like Toy Story. They have just gained $1 billion in the first month of opening, so they do not need that kind of thing. But still, after that, they decide whether they want to make a sequel or a prequel or any other, you can say, another movie in the franchise. But here the thing is that Andrew Stanton was very clear and to be definitive from the start that there will be more Toy Story movies. He personally wants to pursue more movies, and he have indicated that they have ideas ready for Toy Story 6 and for Toy Story 7. So that's from where the idea of Toy Story 7 actually emerges. And this also got confirmation when Andrew Stanton revealed that there will be more stories after Toy Story 5. There will be Toy Story 6, 7, 8, 9, and even more movies. So these things, you can say, just officially, you can say, to some extent confirmed that Toy Story 7 will be there. So now, if we discuss that, what would Toy Story 7 be about? That would be a very interesting question. Let's see that what Tami you think about that. Then I will reveal what I think about that. And if you have any suggestions or any, you can say, thoughts over this, that what should Toy Story 7 be about? What should be the concept? What should be the storyline? And what should be the characters in Toy Story 7? Then you do comment here, and we will also respond to your comments so that we can have a, you can say, good communication in this stream. Thanks a lot. Yes, obviously, quite, because the you can say main reason behind the streaming is that we can connect with you in the real time. Obviously, it's, you can see, we can also do the same thing with the, you can say, uploading a video. But obviously, the live stream have very real time interaction, so that's why we do. You can say regular live stream, so that we have a constant and regular real time interaction with you guys. So you can also comment and interact with us. Anyways, Akhtar, if I answer your question, that if what I think about the Toy Story 7, that my idea about the seventh installment will be like, as we already know, that the Toy Story 6 will have a new child, a new owner, because Bonnie grow up in the sixth installment and she passes on the toys to some other kid. So most probably the Toy Story 7 will be the new kid who have the toys now. And I think so that it will, like, if we could expect that Toy Story 6 will have a more high tech technology toys or things like that. Might be the concept of AI got introduced in Toy Story 7, I think so. And why I think so that Toy Story 7 will have that AI concept, Toy Story 6 will have only the high tech concept, is that because I do not think so that the two installments will have so much gap. Yes, it's my own, you can say, perspective and way of thought. I think that if there will be a Toy Story 7, that it will release, that it will release or come out 2 to 3 years after the Toy Story 7. I think so. I think so. There will be a case like Frozen 3 and 4 are now in development alongside each other, and they will have only, you can say, a year gap between each other in the release slot. And the same thing I thought with the Toy Story 6 and 7. I think so that the two ideas will relate to each other, and the storyline will continue in the Toy Story 7 from where it left off with Toy Story 6. That's my perspective. What would you say about it? I am ready to hear about. Yes. Yeah, first of all, by your idea, I just, you can say, reimagine the things in the way for Frozen 3 and Frozen 4. What that would be very interesting and amazing if something like that can happen. That Toy Story 6 and 7 can be developed at the same time, and we get a, you can see, a long storyline divided over two movies like Frozen 3 and Frozen 4. That would be a really amazing thing to see. But yet still, I don't think so that would happen, because they will first of all release definitely Toy Story 6, and Toy Story 7 will come some up later. Even if it come earlier, then still it will come, you can say, later, and would be a different thing. And if you ask me about Toy Story 7, then definitely the first concept which come into my mind is AI 2, because couldn't introduce AI, and the reason what I have Bonnie's storyline, and how they have to, you can say, move on the toys from Bonnie's to some other kid, or to, you can say, some other way. Because yet it's still not clear that whether the toys would go to some other kid, or whether they will go with the lost toys, or whether something other will happen, because that would define the things how they will happen in Toy Story 7. But yeah, Toy Story 7 would definitely have something related to AI, which I think so, because if over the years you check the Toy Story franchise, they've introduced the latest thing of that era in the movies that we have said before in the stream. Because Toy Story 1, it was, you can say, more based on the tech toys which were emerging at that time, and especially after the Apollo missions. And after that, the Toy Story 2, they were more focused on, you can say toys barn, but that still was, you can say, something related to television and other tech. In Toy Story 3, there was, you could say, a little bit more latest things, the latest era. And Toy Story 4 and 5, definitely they were even more latest and upgradable as compared to today's era. And now we get the Toy Story 7, because expectedly it wouldn't be coming any time before the new year. And I think so they would be more interested to capture AI or something like that, because what I have seen and what we have seen over the years, and we would see too again in the future, that Toy Story franchise have captured the things when they are at their maturity. Because definitely Toy Story 4, in Toy Story 4 they would have introduced the concept of technology or something like that. But yeah, they have waited for it to get mature and get the storyline flow through it, so that they can capture that thing. Something for AI related things, and in Toy Story 7 they would definitely capture that thing. But that's what my perspective is over all of this. And maybe the thing would be definitely something more different than that, but that's my perspective about this, about the AI thing. And tell me, what do you think, what would be the main idea of the storyline, how it will follow, and what can happen, what can be expected? Because Toy Story 6 is most likely being more focused on Buzz and the toys. Sorry, Buzz and the tech toys. Because we already got the movies focused on Woody, movies focused on Jesse, and movies focused on Buzz now. So what would be the next movie more focused on? Would it be focused on some other character? Maybe you can say old, you can say, character, like there are a lot of old characters like Slinky the dogs, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads. There's also the Rex, the dinosaur. There's also a lot of other toys which can be, you can say, more focused. What do you think it would be more focused on, especially about Toy Story 6? Sorry, Toy Story 7. Yes, as I have already mentioned, that I will think that will focus more on the AI aspect, and you can say, keeping that in the mind, I could suggest that maybe it will, you can say, have the major focus on Buzz as well again. But maybe that Woody gets reunite with the friends again, like Bo Peep and Woody. You can say get along with the Buzz and Jesse and the other toys again, and leaving the lost toys. That could also be a scenario. But for this, they need some, you can say, very valid and strong reason, obviously, to define that why they leave them, if they leave them in the Toy Story 7. And if not, then uh, how will they, you can say, continue the storyline? Will they think of, you can say, dividing up the storyline, or will they again, rewrite them for another mission against the AI? Also, the main thing which I think so is that we will get to introduce some new AI characters, obviously, because it will be on AI. Uh, but the major focus could be, I think so, on Buzz, because the only, you can say, latest and advanced tech toy, you can say, uh, in the friends of the toys, in the toys gang, is Buzz. So definitely the tech guy is Buzz. So it will focus on Buzz Lightyear, I think so, again. And like they have also done at the end of the Toy Story 5, the relationship between the Buzz and Jesse. So I think so they will continue it in Toy Story 6 and also in Toy Story 7. And with Woody and Bo Peep will be the sporting characters again. Yes. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you over this, and there can also be a possibility that they would, you can say, what I have a perception that maybe they can, you can say, focus the shift to some other character as well, because for over the years the focus is almost on these four characters, say Woody, Buzz, Jesse, and Bobby. So I think so that it's expected that they can just shift the focus to some other character, some other, you can say, character from the major cast, to show that how they feel or how they do, or something like that. Like maybe there can be a concept like what I have in my mind, some AI dog or some AI robot machine which is competing against, you can say, Slinky the dog. Valuable and different. That could be a concept because I think so that Buzz Lightyear has already it will already get all the, you can say, concentration which he needs in the Toy Story 6. Yeah, another concept which can happen is definitely, as I mentioned before, they would make Toy Story 6 and 7 a part 1 and part 2 of the same storyline. In that case, I think so it would be more suitable if they just focus on Buzz Lightyear and the tech gadgets. In the part 6, they can have the ultra tech gadgets, and in the part 7, they can introduce AI gadgets. So that would be very good. Also, another scenario in my mind is about Lily Pad, because as we all know that Lily Pad is the character which everyone have loved a lot, and I don't think so that they are going to, you can say, remove her from the, you can say, upcoming Toy Story movies, especially in Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7. I would like to see Lily Pad in these movies, and I would like to see how she interacts with the newer technology, because obviously a Lily Pad is just a, you can say, an AI tablet, but there are even more, you can say, advanced gadgets and things like that, which obviously make Lily Pad feel older. So I think so that Lily Pad could be another, you can say, major focus of the storyline in the upcoming movies, especially when you are talking about technology, about AI. So Lily Pad can be someone there which can be more vulnerable, because she's a latest tech gadget, but yet still the AI gadgets are more advanced than her. Yes, obviously, but after, as far as I think so, then the major focus, like you have said, that they could shift it to some other character from the main cast. Obviously, the main toy gang, they could shift the focus to some character, some of other character other than these four. It is a good idea, but I think so that it's doesn't possible much, because we have already seen that. These four faces are the faces of the franchise. You know that every time we think of the franchise without any of these, then it seems like so much void and things like that. Because, like the administrator said, that they were planning the Toy Story 5 without Woody, but then he, you can say, bring him back because he can't, you can say, get the satisfaction with the storyline without Woody, obviously. So that's a major thing. And out of these four, you can say that the three of them is also the main, because the Bo Peep was left out in Toy Story 3, but still it was a good, you can say, storyline. So I think so that the main focus will be for on any of these fours, but also it will have the secondary focus on some other characters, or some sporting character, like what I could suggest is Lily Pad, like Buzz or Lily Pad or something like that. Like they have to compete because they are the two latest toy gadgets. Obviously, the Lily Pad is the latest tech gadget, and the Buzz is the latest toy gadget. Sorry, toy latest toy. So obviously, they both will face the new AI thing, or you can say gadget like that. They will face off them because they are the main target of them, and that could be a possibility because, like we have seen in the Toy Story 4, the main focus was also on Forky. If you can say notice that they have focused so much on the Forky character in the Toy Story 4, but obviously the Woody was the main character, main lead with him, and the Forky has a secondary role. So I think so, something like that could happen in the Toy Story 7. What are your thoughts about that? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying the same. I think so. You have misinterpreted by focused. I mean that but definitely the main focus is obviously on the always on the main characters. And what we have seen about these four main characters over the years, they other than solving their own issues, like we have only seen Woody facing his personal issues in the, you can say, Toy Story 2, or in the Toy Story 3 we have seen all of them facing their personal issues. Other than that, they are almost solving the issues of, you can say, other toys. So what I would mean to say, I would meant to say that thing, that it can be more focused, like Lily Pad is suffering for something like that, and they would, as a good friends and leaders, are helping her in that. That's what I would mean. That's what I would mean. But yet still, you're right. That's obvious that that Pixar have revealed already that they can't reimagine or imagine any other character in that movie, and there was no other character, and that doesn't, you can say, worked well for them. And if that would have worked well in any case. I don't think so that it should be, but yeah, if in and you could say in a parallel universe it would have worked well, that would be, you can say, an other open gateway for Disney and Pixar. They would just start making spin-off movies, like we have seen in the Shrek. They have made the spin-off movies on Puss in the Boots. Now they are making the spin-off movies here too. But thank God that that wouldn't be happened, and the fans showed that they want to see all these characters together in the main storyline, not in the, you could say, spin-off movies or something like that, because that doesn't make sense. What makes Toy Story 6 our thoughts. Now, if we, you can say, more purposely discuss the highly speculated plots for Toy Story 7, which can be possible. So let's start discussing those plots which can be more possible for Toy Story 7. So Tabir, what are the plots you have, you can say, got so far, and then I will share the plots
Yes, first of
what I
all,
have got so
uh,
far.
yes, first of
What
all,
what happened to Toy Story 6? Yeah, Toy Story 6 is already there on the board. Andream Street. Really sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And Toy Story 6 is already there on the board. By the way, that in the upcoming D23, there is a very possible chance that Toy Story happened. We would also be planning to come live during like that. You can just let us know in the community. We will be coming live at that time during the event, and we will share the live updates with you and discuss that what can be the future of different movies. So Toy Story 6 is there. It's already on the board. We are discussing Toy Story 7 because Andrew Stanton have mentioned that there are two more Toy Story movies for which the ideas are ready at Pixar's end. Yeah.
yes, first of all,
Over to you, Tabir.
thank you for clearing the point. Yes, I got your point. You're absolutely right that they continue with things like that. They have the main character, for the main leads, these words, the Woody, Buzz, Jesse, or Bo Peep, and the secondary character have the main focus of the theme for the specific movie. So yeah, I got your point. You're right about that. And if we get into the storyline, then the storylines I have for the Toy Story 7. First of all, what I have said is the AI story, obviously involving the new AI technology, somehow any AI gadget or device or thing like that, which is, you can say, obviously a very big threat to the, you can say, not only for the lily pad, the tech devices like lily pad, but also the tech and other toys like Buzz and Woody, obviously. The second scenario could also be like that, maybe or might be, as we could get it out, you can say, by 2035 or 2040. There might be some new technology emerged till then, and we have to see something like that involved in that installment, obviously, that kind of technology. But that is that are that those are the chances which are very low about for that thing. And the third scenario, which I think so, is that it could also possible that it will, you can say, again focus on something like that, the old character return, like Lotso, Stinky Pete, or any other major villain like Sid. They could also introduce some older villain. Although till now they haven't done that in any Toy Story movie, and we didn't know that why they haven't done anything like that. But we saw the glimpse of Lotso in the Toy Story 5, which indicates that they could also bring back Lotso to take the revenge. And obviously, many fans of the Toy Story want the Lotso to have a return, and because he have a very great revenge on the toys, obviously. And also, if they could somehow manage to get the Sticky Pete on the track as well and have a grand comeback of these two villains along the set, then it could also be a very great idea. I have mentioned it in many streams, like you can say grand showdown between the three Toy Story trilogy villains and the toys.
Yeah, yeah, you're definitely right here. And when discussing about the plot for Toy Story 7, what comes into my mind is, you can say, something more far beyond the kids, and you can say how they have tackled the universe or the franchise in these past years. Maybe they would more focus on something like that. They should, you can say, now also work on the sequels to reveal the true story of the Toy Story franchise. that how toys are actually alive, or you can say why they, you can say, are so afraid to be lost or something like that. Because obviously before Toy Story 4 there was a very popular theory that toys are scared to get lost because they need playtime to stay alive. But I think so that that theory has been debunked uh, strongly by Toy Story 4, as we have seen lost toys living in the streets. There will definitely be some other things like that, and also that what are the, you can say, things that there is only one person in the whole Toy Story franchise knowing that toys are alive, which is Sid. So there will definitely be more, you can say, to know about this, that why toys didn't reveal their identity to other kids. Or maybe there's also a possible scenario that in Toy Story 7 toys get to a kid who is, you can say, really depressed, or you can say really very, you can say, sad, that to help him they actually reveal their secret to him, that they are actually alive. And it will focus on the adventure of the kids, a kid alongside the toys in that movie. That would be also a very great idea. But what my perception about that is that the idea would be really great, but at the end of the movie, how would they tackle that? Because if this idea, or you can say this secret got revealed, then the whole, you can say, craze of the universe of the Toy Story franchise would be ruined if everyone just knows that toys are alive. Because what makes it even good is that toys are hiding from others. They are saving their identity because they didn't want to get revealed that they are actually alive. But if everyone knows that toys are alive, that whole, you can say, thing would just got ruined. But still, this idea appease me a lot. In that case, that at the end of the movie they can just reveal the secret. Yeah.
But
Yes, obviously, but I think so that idea could be, you can say, very good to, you can say, close out the franchise or things like that. Because after one thing here is that the real enjoyment of watching the toys alive is you can say inside the thing that they have kept it a secret. Because obviously if we think about the Toy Story, that if the Toy Story universe will be like that everybody knows that toys are alive, and toys are, you can say, roaming around the humans and things like that, and just doing their and living their casual lives and things, other things like that. Then obviously in that scenario, Andy also know that his toys are alive. They also have the interaction with the Andy, the real time interaction. They talk to Andy, Andy also talk to them, things like that. But they, you can say, completely, you can say, uh, ruin the idea of the Toy Story. I think so itself, because it will, you can say, end up all the secrecy and things like that, and also it will ruin the adventure in some sense. Do not you think like that? Yeah, it's a good idea, very good idea. But if they really want to, you can say, close out the franchise in the future, then obviously I want this idea. I want the Andy to realize and get the truth that the toys are alive. They also have the feelings and things like that. Here for the franchise, if we obviously don't want it to get now, but yet still, there have been, you can say, so much plenty of things which can happen. And as I mentioned, that this idea would only be more appeasing to me if they can do something like that, at the end of the movie, that kid just be the only one who is knowing that secret and will keep that a secret. Because as we know that Andy is a kid who have loved toys, and a kid like Andy, someone like Andy who loved the toys, would never reveal their secret to anyone. So if this thing is possible, and maybe in the future they can make Sid against that kid, that both knows that toys are alive, and Sid wants to expose them, and the kid wants to save them. So that can be another idea. But still, as you're right, that this thing would be only possible if they just want to conclude the storyline sometime, which obviously I don't think so don't want right now, because they have been planning a lot more from the franchise. So I think so that you're right. It wouldn't be sorry, from the Toy Story series 7 is that it would at least reveal the secret. Because as I know that a lot of people say, and also Pixar have officially said, uh, not Pixar, but Pixar's production team has officially said a lot once, or you could say twice, that the Andy storyline with the franchise has been over. But what I think think so is that they should, you can say, at least first of all solve all the mysteries regarding the Andy. There are a lot of questions about him, his past, his family background, should at least, you can say, answer all those queries. And I don't think so that they can easily remove Andy from the storyline for forever. At least they should keep him in the franchise along with these toys. He's the kid who is, you can say, built all these, you can say, storyline and all these toys, because we have seen a lot of kids in the Toy Story movies, but like the Andy, we haven't seen any other kid. So I think so that they have what I have perception, that I have got the perception from the have somehow to some extent have acknowledged that, because people would just say what they wanted to say. There are even some, you can say, a few who would say that Woody's storyline is over or something like that. But to our extent, as a Toy Story fan, we wouldn't think so that the Woody storyline can get over. And Pixar has officially stated, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying from by myself. It's officially stated by Pixar production team that at first they wanted to make Toy Story 4 without Woody, because they know that the franchise worked with these two duo. They also thought an idea for, you can say, focusing more on Woody and the lost toys in a movie, and the other movie will focus on Buzz and the other toys, but still that wouldn't work. So they just, you can say, have to bring them together. And not even, there was even an idea 5, I remember. We were seeing a lot of, you can say, speculations that there is a possibility, like one storyline following Woody and the other storyline following Buzz, both on a different pathway, both on a different adventure. But that would also not work because the fans wanted their reunion, and that's what they did. For that, they bring up the concept of the walkie-talkies and the, let's say, toys against the tech, but they somehow bring them together, and that's what worked for them. Yeah. So, anyways, these are the, you could say, possible theories which we have in our mind about Toy Story 7. If you have any, you can say, possible release date of Toy Story 7, then tell me, what do you think that could be the expected release date of Toy Story 7 if we take into account Toy Story 6 and
Yes,
then
first
Toy
of all,
Story
yes,
7?
you have
Definitely.
said it right that the idea, if you can say,
You
get
have
limited to the only one kid, then it could be a you can say really appealing idea. I also got you can say it very well and very good. Found it very good if they only, you can say, take it limited to one kid and also introduce the Sid in that storyline. That could be a really great idea for the Toy Story 7. And yeah, and the other thing, like you have asked about the release date, then as far as I, you can say, expect, then as we all know that we can expect that Toy Story 6 after 2030. So we could expect, like you have said at the start of the stream, that we could expect the Toy Story 7 by 2035 or 2040, because before that, obviously we can't expect it, because we have already so many Disney movies at sorry, Disney and Pixar sequels in the queue till 2030, and then after that we have the Toy Story 6, and then we could expect the Toy Story 7. So obviously it could be there after the 2035, or you can say by 2040, or I think so by 2040. Yes.
Yeah, if you ask me about the, you can say, that definitely 2035 is the least we can expect. And what I'm saying least, the reason behind this is that for now we didn't even know about the Toy Story 6 officially, and hope so we will get an announcement really soon so we can know at least that the work has been started or not. Because if the work has been started, which most likely would have been, then even then Toy Story 6, expecting Toy Story 6 to be released in 2030 is the earliest. It can also go to 2031, 2032, or even after that. So if Toy Story can just make it to 2037, 2038, or even 2040,
because Toy Story franchise have been known to delay the things. But what I would like to mention that uh, is a thing which I have analysis. What I have analyzed is that in the Toy Story 2 Tanveer, the gap between Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 was just about 2 to 3 years. But the gap between, sorry, 4 years. But the gap between Toy Story 2 to Toy Story 3 was a decade. And the reason behind this was definitive. Pixar and Disney's leadership. That's why it got a lot of delay. Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4, there's a gap of 9 years. And the reason behind this gap is that Toy Story 3 was meant to be the last movie. They didn't have any plans for the Toy Story 4. But the success of Toy Story 3, and you can say after Toy Story 3, Disney have more focus. If you follow the animation industry really well, you would have definitely know that after 2010, uh, Disney and Pixar started focusing more on the newer ideas. Other than the sequels, they just focus. There was, or you can say, only a few of the movies which got that kind of anticipation. So they have to come back to sequels, and alongside them, keep making the newer movies. Got through 4 and 5, there is a gap of 7 years, and yet again, guess what? The theory is same. That Toy Story 4 was meant to be the last movie in the franchise, and they didn't have any plans for Toy Story 5. Even there is, you can say, some officially published articles over this. You can read them that after the Toy Story 5 got released, it was officially, you can say, given by a statement given by the Pixar's production team that they have no such plans for Toy Story 5 for now, as they make every movie as the last one. So there was no plan for Toy Story 5, but definitely the Toy Story 4 success compelled them to make and come back with a fifth installment. But what makes Toy Story 6, Toy Story 7, other Toy Story movies different is that ever since Andrew Stanton have, you can say, get involved in the Toy Story 5, he have been the man with the energy. He have revealed so far, that definitely gives you the hint, or at least you can say confirm you that Pixar is now convinced to make more Toy Story movies. So you can see the difference. The difference here is that in the past there were no plans for the future movies, but for now the future movies, for at least 2 movies, they have plans. So that's why Toy Story 6 and 7 is so thing. And personally, I that they would come earlier than the previous Toy Story movies because it's been already in the plans. Yeah. So, and if we, to be precise, if really sorry, I will say make it too long, but to be precise, what I think is that 2035 is the least we can expect, and if to be, you can say, uh, very straightforward, actual time, and that also depends upon Toy Story 6 release. If Toy Story 6 got delayed and released in 2020 2035, then it can delay even more. Yeah. Obviously, after the release date of Toy Story 6 is very important in consideration for the Toy Story 7 release date, because there should be, you can say, at least 3 to 4, or if we are, you can say, taking into account the Toy Story franchise history, then there should be at least 5 to 6 year gap between each installment. They usually, you can say, put a gap of such years between the installments. Other than the Toy Story 1 and 2, they released, you can say, nearly, I think so, 3 to 4 years after each other. But uh, only those two movies were very close. After that, we already got the movies even after a decade, like Toy Story 3, and then Toy Story 4, and now Toy Story 6. There are gaps of 6 to 7 years. So obviously, definitely depend on the Toy Story 6 that when they release the Toy Story 6, because after that we could expect, and you could say estimate that when we could expect the Toy Story 7 to be released. But for now, we could, you could say, get that in mind. We could expect it by 2040. Obviously, yes. Yeah, so I think so that that's, you can say, the thing which have been, you can say, if you ask our personal opinions, then definitely we have, you can say, initiated the poll in the stream. And if you look at the, you can say, summary, then 80% of the people think that Toy Story 7 should happen, and 20% thinks that Toy Story 7 should not happen. And what, well, we respect everyone's opinion, because there is, you can say, there is some people who also thinks that being getting involved into Toy Story 6, 7, 8, 9, and even more movies would just drag up the whole franchise, and they want the Toy Story to be as it is and just, you can say, get resolved or something like that. And we also respect their opinion as a fan, because they are right to some extent too. They doesn't want the things to get ruined, and that's the same case for if I, you can say, just share something. That's the same case with the Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, who are the actual, you can say, voice actors of the legendary characters Buzz and Woody. So they also thought the same. That they said that they would only come back for Toy Story 6 if the storyline is worthwhile, and if they don't think so, that the storyline is getting dragged. And for, you can say, for a fun fact, even for Toy Story 5, Tim Allen and Tom Hanks were not agreed to, you can say, come back. They only agreed after they read the script and they got to know that it's actually worthwhile to bring, or you can say, to come back with Toy Story 5. So that's, you can say, a really good thing as a fan, that we appreciate this too. But if you ask us our personal opinion, then we do like to get more Toy Story movies. And the reason I have already told you guys, because so why shouldn't we, you can say, just keep getting them until they have the original movies? So if they have that, I don't have, you can say, any concern over this. Yeah, if they do something like that, they just drag up the things, then I would be, you can say, one of the you who are saying that, yeah, Toy Story 6 or Toy Story 7 wouldn't be happen. But yeah, if the idea is unique, I'm always tuned up to Toy Story movies. Yeah. What did you
Yes, obviously, me too. Because,
say, Tanvir?
and another thing, Akhtar, here
Yes.
is that that if they have, you can say, obviously, first of all, if they have a unique idea and a good idea and appealing storyline, then we are on the side that there should be more Toy Story movies. But another thing is also that being a Toy Story franchise fan, we haven't got any proper, or you can say, conclusive ending in any movie. Yeah, uh, this, you can say, statement is, you can say, a bit controversial. I think so, that because they conclude every movie like it's the last movie. They have already have statements over that, and also we could they could end it anywhere. They could end it after Toy Story 4. They could end it after Toy Story 5, and obviously they could end it at the Toy Story 3. But what I have in my mind as a proper ending is that there should be some proper, you can say, ending to the things, like which resolve all the mysteries and the questions. Like, that even in every Toy Story movie, when they resolve out the things, they still left some questions, left some doors and some curiosity to the fans, from which they could expect the next installment, things like that. And they also continued in the next installment. And that's their, you can say, tactic of, you can say, moving on. Like, they have also said in official statements that they always left a door for another Toy Story movie. I think so that's a good thing. But when they have, you can say, a firm decision to close off the franchise, it's such a huge franchise and such a lovable franchise, that they should, you can say, think about how to close it properly, rather than, you can say, closing it abruptly at any, you can say, movie thing like that. I need a proper ending uh, for the toys in the last Toy Story movie. Whatever it could be, maybe it could be Toy Story 6, Toy Story 7, 8, or 9, or 10, or so on. What could it be? I need a proper ending, I think so. And before a proper ending, I could say that I want more Toy Story movies.
Yeah, obviously, Tanvir. Yeah, obviously, Tanvir, it's the same here. And also, if we, you can say, for now, let's just, you can say, wait and hope for the best. And let's see that how the things work out, because right now, definitely, I think so. It's been quite earlier. You might all think that it's been very earlier to discuss Toy Story 7, but we just have, you can say, that kind of idea in our mind, and we just, you can say,
that let's just discuss that how it can happen or something like that, because that is a thing that is actually there. It's not any, you can say, something which is, you can say, just a fan theory, or just you can say fan rumor or speculated. It's a thing which is officially said by Andrew Stanton. So that's why we just thought that we should have, you could say, some idea over this. And also, for Toy Story 6, for those who are concerned about Toy Story 6, then Toy Story 6 is same as it is still there. And as we all know that D23 fan event is just a few days away. It's been, you can say, 9th of August today, and there's been just, you can see, 4 to 5 days have been left in the D23 fan event. And in that event we can expect that Toy Story 6 or any update regarding that would be shared. So it's highly speculated, and we have waited for it for a very long time. We are really excited for this event. So let's see that what update we can get. And also we are thinking to come live during the event on, you can say, August 14, and share the live updates with you. So we are thinking over this, and you can also share with us. We would just, you can say, create a poll in the community tab, so you can share it with us. And yeah, what I think so is that we would come live during the D23 fan event to share the live updates. And let's just discuss, you can say, things in the lifetime, because the reason of doing live streams is to just, you can say, interact with the audience in a live manner. Because otherwise, as we have said before, we would just, you can say, have uploaded the videos, and that would have with the same content like this. But live stream is to, you can say, have interaction with you guys and have some kind of discussion with, you can say, amazing people like you. So make sure whenever we are doing live, you can just, you can say, comment your opinion, and we can have a discussion. And we respect everyone's opinion. It doesn't matter whether you want Toy Story 7 to happen or not. We are open to, you can say, the discussions, because we respect everyone's opinion, as I have said. So, and if we move forward, you can say we can also have some, you can say, discussion regarding the Toy Story 6 and other, you can say, Toy Story movies, which can be, you can say, highly speculated. But for a little while, let's discuss the D23 upcoming event. First of all, let me share the event list with you. Yes, please kindly share the event list, and that will have a discussion upon it as well. Obviously, because the event is very close, it's on 14th of August, and it's very, you can say, approaching very soon, and it will have so much things to discuss after the event and even during the event, because we are expecting so much updates regarding the Disney movies at the event. Obviously, like always, like every year, the event will reveal many new things and details about the in process Disney sequels and things like that. So obviously, there is so much to discuss during the event when we do the live stream, and even after the event when we do the video. Obviously, there are so many things and so many updates coming up, and uh, in that list of event, we hope that they haven't, you can say, added the Toy Story yet, any Toy Story 6 yet, but we, you can say, wish that they could have something or some word from any official Disney person representative about the Toy Story 6 or the future of the Toy Story franchise at the event, so that we could get some update about what's going on behind the curtains that they've had, things like that. And what are their plans, what are the Disney plans for the Toy Story franchise. Obviously we have the plans of the Stanton, the creative leader, but what are the thoughts of the frame of the Disney, the company? What are their thoughts about the Toy Story future, and how they think about the franchise? Will they want to continue, or if yes, then how, you can say, fast we could get that more Toy Story movies? Obviously. Yeah, so I have, you can say, got the list for the D23 event, and that which, you can say, panels are, you can say, sitting. So in the Marvel studio, there is a panel for the live action X-Men movie, which is definitely underway, and they will share the, you can say, updates about the movie for the live action X-Men. And for the Marvel studios, we haven't, you can say, ever discussed any Marvel thing on our channel, but we do love the, you can say, Marvel content. So it would be really good to see. And then Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday. The fresh teasers for the movie would also be premiered during that, and also you can say the cast line would be present there too, and the Ghost Rider and the Black Panther 3 would also be there, and also the new Marvel movie Nova. And now, if we get into the, you can say the main panel of, you can say our panel, which is Disney and Walt Disney Pixar Animation, then the first one on the list is Hexed. Hexed is definitely, you can say, one of the, you can say, upcoming Disney's newer movies, Disney and Pixar's new movies, and it would be, you can say, really great to have updates about it, because personally we like the storyline a lot when we read it first time, and we also like the trailer a lot. So it would be really interesting to see that what, you can say, more update we can get about it. The movie is coming out in November 2026, and it would be really interesting to watch this, because after a lot of, you can say, time, Disney is bringing some good movies, especially in the newer ones, because in the past years they have movies like Encanto and other like that, but none of these perform that to that extent. But now the newer movies are, you can see, more worthwhile and more good. Definitely PSN were too, but these, the newer movies, have that kind of feeling which you can get from the past movies, with that kind of nostalgic feeling. So Hexed will be, you can say, really good to see. If we discuss the storyline of Hexed, then for those who don't know, it's, you can say, actually based on a teenage girl who discovers the secret of her magical abilities, and after that, she, you can say, dive into the witch realm called Hex, where she team up with her mother and they uncover the family mysteries that could change the witch's world forever. So it's, you can say, more based on some kind of magical world. It can give you, it actually gives me the vibes of something like, you could say, Coco. Like they have, because some kind of different world, different medical things, and that's for where actual Disney thinks that storylines lies. That's the thing which Disney was missing for over these years in the newer movies, that they are bringing the new ideas which are, you can say, just not that good. But that's the real Disney thing, a magical world of witches, some magical adventures. That's what actually people want from Disney and Pixar, and that's really good that they are now working on this. What did you think about Hex, David? Obviously they are working obviously on the new or newer idea. I didn't know about it so that much, obviously, but yes, it's good to see that they are working on a new idea. Is it a new idea?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, yeah. I
They,
got the
yeah, please
name
reply
of
to the
Hex.
comments.
Yeah,
Reply to the comments too.
yeah. Hello, uh, Mario Martinez. Really sorry if we pronounce it uh, wrong, but no, it's not fake. It's not fake. We have already said during the live stream multiple times that you might say that it's too late or thing like that, but it's not fake. Obviously, there are the official statements of the Andrew Stanton, the director of the Toy Story 5, about the Toy Story future, and there are two statements actually. If I, uh, you can say, describe to you, the first statement is that there will be more Toy Story movies, he said in reply to in some interview, which indicates that there could be more Toy Story movies. And the second and the most, you can say, recent and also precise about the Toy Story 7 statement is that he said that while working on Toy Story 5, the Pixar has brainstormed ideas for Toy Story, for two more Toy Story movies, which also obviously indicates that Toy Story 6 and 7 could be possible. Yeah, you could say anything like that in the comment section here, but please be respectful or thing like that. Yes, Akhtar, you were asking about the Hex movie. Yes, I haven't, you can say, we go through it yet. Let me check it here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before making a
before
comment on it.
making a
Yeah,
comment
in
on
the
it.
meantime, I would just like to say you, Mario Martinez, 2606, that you can say whatever you are saying and we respect everyone's opinion, but definitely you shouldn't do something like that, because the reason definitely we aren't saying anything officially confirmed or something like that. We have discussed what the updates are there, and definitely you got these updates because someone is discussing about them. So you should, you can say, be respectful in the comment section. Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrew,
Andrew,
and
there
you
will be
there
Toy
will be
Story
Toy
7.
Story
There could be
7. There
chances
could
for
be
the Toy
chances for
Story
the Toy
7,
Story 7,
and
and
we could
we could
expect it.
expect it. You can say by
You can say
2040.
by 2040.
After the 2035,
After the
and by
2035,
2040
and
we
by
can
2040,
least
we can
expected by
least
2035.
expected.
Yes, but we, as far
But
as we
we
expect, we could expect it by 2040. Yes, and Mario Martinez, please be respectful in the comment section. Otherwise, we have to ban you from the chat, obviously. Anyways, yeah, after I have checked the Hex film, and yeah, the storyline seems interesting because if I read the plot here, an unconventional teenage girl discovers secret magic abilities which once unleashed hurtle her into a west called Hex, teaming up with her mother. They encounter. Okay, so it's like after it's, you can say, idea which is quite similar to the Coco. Like they have many things is similar. Like obviously they have the family mysteries just like the Coco. That they have the magical abilities and things like that, which secret magical abilities, which is, you can see, definitely aligned with the Coco's theme as well. So it could be a good idea. I haven't watched any or things like that about the film, but it seems a good idea, and let's see how it works. And it's good to see that they are working on some such a new good idea. It's a good idea, obviously. Yeah, definitely. Tanveer, Hext is a movie which I am really, you could say, excited for. Especially if you ask me for the new Disney movies, then I'm excited for this one. And the other movie on the D23 event list is Ghetto, and the movie is, you can say, based on the street smart black cat, which actually, you can say, lands into, you can say, some kind of tragedy when he, you can say, take depths from, you can say, a feline mob group, and their boss actually, you can say, is after him. So get to have to, you can say, escape from him, and the movie would be, you can say, really interesting, as it's been, you can say, after years we can seeing something which is, you can say, uh, which have, you can say, an animal as the main characters in the Disney and Pixar movies. So it would be really interesting to see the movie as well. And the trailer was also really interesting. But in terms of, you can say, more excitedness, then I would rank Hext up on upper hand as compared to Ghetto. But still, I would like the concept about this. Seems, you can say, uh, Ghetto, it seems a very unique and good idea, and I do not remember, but it, you can say, is, you can say, looking similar to some other concept of idea about a black cat. I think so. I didn't know it's a popular animation, or you can say a fan animation thing like that. It's looking similar to that as well, but obviously the storyline is very unique and different from that, of that film, which I am, you can say, memorizing by watching it. But still, yes, it is based upon a good idea as well. But still, I will be excited for the Hex because it has so much similarities with the Coco franchise, and which, you can say, also align with my mind and my, you can say, perspective of viewing the animated, or you can say, judging the animated movie. But obviously, it's a new idea. We can't judge it. You can say too early. Obviously, we will get some more things and more details about it at the D23 event, and after that, we could make a review that what and how could it be. And even after that, before its release, we can't say anything about a new idea. Yeah, definitely. And after that, now at the third, you can say, at the number third, we have the something which is our type. It's Incredibles 3, Frozen 3, and Monster League 3 panel, which would, you can say, it is highly expected to, you can say, reveal the initial development updates about all these three concepts and their movies. That what would they be about? There is highly, you can say, uh, it's highly speculative. There is a very, you can say, good speculation that they could share some concept arts or some insider updates about the production and what would be these movies look like. As we have seen in the past D23 events, we got to see Incredibles 3 new logo, and we got to see, you can say, a concept art about Frozen 3 as well. So I am expecting that in the D23 upcoming D23 fan event, you would also get to see something related to Frozen 3 even more, especially something related to the storyline. Because right now the storyline is the only thing which is in the, you can say, shadows. Other than that, release date is officially confirmed, and cast is, you can say, almost done. Everything is good, but just the storyline is in shadows. So I think so that they will release something related to storyline of Frozen 3. Yeah, there's, you could say, some minimal update from Disney's official website, that they have mentioned the plot summary, but still there isn't anything much confirmed. So I hope that they will share something with us which can reveal the plot details for Frozen 3. And for Incredibles 3, there's also again the same thing. The release date is confirmed, but the plot is again in the shadows. So we could expect something related to the plot, some concept art or something like that. But for Incredibles 3, what I would be expecting is more than the storyline is the concept art, at least, because we haven't even get any insider art or any insider thing which can show us that what would be the initial concept is about. And also the Monster League 3 would be interesting to see, because right now Monster League 3 is only discussed in the internal meetings of Disney, and just being revealed in the, you can say, public releases of that meetings. It wasn't, you can say, much publicly announced or publicly mentioned. It would be good to see that what they have on the board for this movie. Any ideas or any release slots or anything like that would be really appreciated to see. Finally, the next concept to me is Moana 3 and Zootopia 3.
Here I want to make some, you can say,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
yes, a detail here. I think so that we could expect the any teaser of the Frozen 3 Akhtar, because the release date is 2027, November 2027. I think so that if not the teaser, at least we could expect the first look, because the movie is so near now, only a year left from in the movie. So obviously we could expect that we could get any first look or thing like that. And also obviously you are right that we will also get the plot of storyline by now, because the movie is releasing the next year in November. But I think so that we could also expect a first look. What are your thought about that? Yes.
The specifically about the first look, then if you want to, you're saying right, but if you want to take it in regard, then we do have a, you can say, a look at which they revealed at the previous D23 event. It was, you can say, actually a concept art, not a first look actually. So they, but you can see that it's kind of a, you can say, a first look at the production. But still, if you're asking about the official first look, then yeah, you're right that they can share that, because even if not that, that they can show some, you could say, some screenings teaser, not a public teaser, at least a screening teaser showing something related to the Frozen 3 and the concept of the Frozen 3 and 4. So yeah, you're right in that kind of thing. And uh, the first look which I remember is that the concept art which they revealed in the previous D23, which we can see Frozen and Elsa, Frozen on the white horse and Elsa on the black horse, and they are being chased by a shadowy figure, which is, you can say, really eerie to see this, because it, you can say, actually gives us a conceptual vibe that what Frozen 3 could be about. There will definitely be a really good villain. Maybe we can get some character details, some character looks at how Frozen, Elsa, and other characters would look in the Frozen 3, their new looks, and especially about the new villain, its new look. So we can expect a lot of things. And to be honest, if there's any movie which is going to get a lot of details in this D23 event, that what I think so, then it's Frozen 3, because it's been there and it's now been very close, almost an year from now, and there's huge speculation about it. So I think so that this D23 event will be more focused on Frozen 3, other than all other movies, because these other movies are just in the initial phase of development. Now, Frozen 3 is not only being almost close to the end of the development, but also it's being released just less than a year. So definitely there will be more focus and more, you can say, revelations about Frozen 3. Also about Monster League 3, then we can expect some, you can say, some rigid update. Especially they should make it clear that whether they want to, you can say, consider the spin-off series in the storyline or not, because the concept they have shown in the spin-off series is totally opposite to the concept of the original movie. So they have to, you can say, first of all, clear that thing, that if they are making a Monster Hunter 3, which they are definitely making, then whether they are following the spin-off storyline or whether they are following the original storyline. Because if, in my mind, if they are actually wanting to resolve
the boost cliffhanger or something like that, that should have follow the they should have to follow the main original storyline. But if, yeah, if they don't want to, you can say, follow that, then definitely they would go with the spin-off storyline, which sets up the thing as scaring replaced with laughter, and now monsters make kids or childs laugh to get the laughter power. What are your thoughts over this? Yes, there are two movies about which I am very excited at the end. At the one is Frozen. Obviously, I am you can say interested in Incredibles, but it is you can say have a time of 2 years by the release, so we could expect that they could show something, or you can say more about they could tell something more about the plot or thing like that, and even we can get the first look from the Incredibles. But the mainly you can say you can updates we could get from the D23 event will be on Frozen, obviously, because there is only 1 year left in its release. And the second movie in which I am interested is it Monster Inc. because it's a very new, and the first time you can say they are revealing at the event that there will be a Monster Inc. sequel, obviously. So that there could be, you can say, many things in the mind of the fans, that what they could expect from the event, that what will they tell about the franchise. Like you have said, it's only one question of, you can say, about the thing. There are so many questions like that about the franchise, because after the first movie, actually, if you you can say check in the facts, then after the first movie, the second movie wasn't the sequel. Obviously, it was a prequel, and then the spin-off series also, you can say, have you can say another timeline, and it obviously changed the things. They have changed the concept of the first movie, so it will be a sequel, a proper sequel to the original Monster Inc., which have a huge fan base. So there are so many questions, and the main question, like you have said, and the major question is about the cliffhanger of Bo. So what? How will they manage that? Obviously, if they go with the spin-off series theme, then they should have to avoid it. And if they have to answer it, which I think so that they will answer, that's why they are making a sequel. Then they have to move with the original theme. Yeah, so Miguel Savdera, really sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. That Toy Story 5, we have watched it, and it was really, you could say, amazing to watch. The storyline, the characters, and everything was so good to see. And we think so that you have watched it too. You have liked it too. It was really great movie to see. And yeah, so Toy Story 5 was really amazing. Yeah. Anyways, and if you move forward to the, you can say, to the other things, that if you ask me first of all about Incredibles 3, I just want to mention that for Incredibles, I am, you can say, more interested to know the the details about the characters, because there's a speculation right now that they are not aging up the kids. They are still the kids, and they are just focusing on the storyline or other aspects. If that's some kind of thing, I would at least expect that they would have some kind of focus on Jack still in this case, because Jack is the most underrated character in the Incredibles franchise. He had that kind of, you can say, special attraction, that kind of special focus in all these movies, that they should have some kind of focus over him too. And I think so that the movie would focus on him, even if he is not grown up right now. He's just a child. Yet still, he have the powers, the most unique and the most powerful powers in the Incredibles family. So you'd like to see something related to him. Also, if we move forward, then the next one, which are, you can say, these are the movies which are, you can say, highly expected, but in the zone which is, you can say, expected only. So these movies are Moana 3 and Zootopia 2. Sorry, Moana 3 and Zootopia 3. So for Moana 3, it's already officially confirmed by Devin Johnson, the voice actor of Moe. Moana 3 is already in the works at Disney and at the Disney Animation Studios, and they will make it really soon. On the other hand, they have just released the Moana's live action movie, and it didn't perform much well so far. What I think so, what I have read so far, or you can say have researched so far. But for Moana 2, it was $1 billion movie and was a massive hit. And if you ask us about our personal review, then the movie was literally really amazing. And it's really good to see that Moana 3 is coming so earlier, that we just got the Moana 2 in 2024. Why not this case happens with a Toy Story movie or the other movies? Why did this just happen with Moana? Every animated movie should like that, because You should obviously that almost 2 years since the previous movie, but yeah, still it's so earlier they have announced it, and Devin Johnson revealed that it's already in the works. Means that the work has already begun, and they would just you can say release it really soon, maybe in a year or two, or maybe in 3 years even. Then still it's so comfortable. They are releasing the movies really earlier, so there would be there would be some updates of Moana 3 as well at the animation studio panel, especially after Devin Johnson have officially revealed the movie, because before it was not revealed officially. Now it's officially revealed. Everyone knows that Moana 3 is there. So there should be a special panel there too, and I hope so that it would be there. They would give some details about Moana 3 as well. Moving forward, we have Zootopia 3. And Zootopia 3 is a movie which is, you can say, not yet much speculated or much, you can say, mentioned, because Zootopia 2 just got announced in 2025. Yet still, people are, you could say, waiting for it. And Zootopia 2 is a movie which was already on the cards, because in the past years, if I personally tell you, there are two movies other than Toy Story franchise I'm discussing, which have worked really well in the box office in the animated arena. These are the Moana 2 and Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2 is also one of those movies which have reached a $1 billion mark very soon. One of those animated movies. So it's, you can say, none of us surprised if we can get some update about Zootopia 3 as well, because there was a huge gap in Zootopia 1 and Zootopia 2, but I don't think so they would repeat the same thing with Zootopia 3. What do you think, Tanvi? Yes, obviously, and especially after the, you can say, the success of Zootopia 2, they should have to bring the Zootopia 3 as soon as possible, obviously, because Zootopia 2 became the highest grossing animated movie of, you can say, by grossing a $1 billion mark. So, what you can say, Alice, they, you can say, need to, uh, you can say, make us another Zootopia movie. What more reason they need for another Zootopia movie in the upcoming years? Obviously, they could think about it. They should, you can say, have something about it at the event, and we could expect it. Obviously, we could expect it at the D23 event that we get something or some update or some like after that in any event there are a list of the, you can say, movies or things like that which are already decided to be discussed, and then came another list of the movies or projects that aren't, you can say, included in the list, but that those are the surprise announcements, and those are specifically, you can say, filtered out by the events management, so that to make the, you can say, suspense and curiosity of the event among the public, so that the, you can say, more people join the event, so they in person, and they so they that they could, you can say, get the exclusive updates like that, which aren't the part of the list, obviously. So we could expect it at the D23 event, both of these, especially the Moana. We could expect, that Devin Johnson said, that it's in the writing phase now. It's a very early phase, but still we could, you can say, at least have a discussion about it at the end, that what going to be the storyline or things like that, and who is returning. Like right now we know that Moi and Moana voice actors are returning, and we could also, you can say, get to know who other sporting actors are returning and things like that. Yes. Yeah, if we move forward, but before moving forward, I want to mention about Zootopia 2. I just got some info. So at the end of Zootopia 2, it was, you can say, officially, there was a scene in a post-credit scene where we see, you can see, a bird feather, and that bird feather actually, you can see, speculated a lot that it was a cliffhanger, and it intentionally to create some hype or some hint towards Zootopia 3, because in Zootopia 2 we all know that they introduced the reptiles kingdom, and now they are going to introduce the birds kingdom in the Zootopia 3, and that feather actually, you can say, points towards that kind of thing. And also it's official, it's, you can say, there are also some official updates by the director of the Zootopia 3, of the Zootopia 2. The Zootopia 3 is highly possible, because part 3 is, he said, what he actually said is that part 3 is for real and birds are too. So this is the single statement that clarifies whole things. That he said that part 3 is real, it is actually happening, and birds are there too.
So that would be very interesting to see the uh, kingdom expanding with the birds now, because before when they expanded it with reptiles it was so good to see, and now it's being more expanded to the birds kingdom, it would be even more good to see. And what I would like about all these movies is that from the past, that they are working on the things more faster than before. And the reason was simple, that because before Disney's strategy for the previous decade was that they weren't more much focusing on the sequels, but now they have got back to the sequels. They know that they have to make the sequels along with the newer movies to make the things work out, and that's a really good thing. Also, one more movie which is not mentioned here is Inside Out 3. Inside Out 3, if you don't know, is also, you can say, highly speculated, and it's also been, you can say, officially revealed by multiple sources that Inside Out 3 is also on the, you can say, board. They have the plans for the movie, and it would also come out soon. And also, the director of the movie revealed that there were some, you can say, emotions which were actually meant to be planned to come out in Inside Out 2, but for some reasons they have to avoid those emotions. But now in Inside Out 3, they would use those emotions because Riley is finally more grown up. They can use some more kind of emotions. Uh, because especially in the first movie, we know that Riley was a child. She doesn't have much emotions. She just have the basic emotions. In the Inside Out 2, she is a little bit grown up as a teenager and now have some more emotions. And in the upcoming Inside Out 3, she's even more grown up, going to college or even, you can say, high school, and she have, you can say, that kind of even more emotions like jealousy, like relationship emotion and something like that. These kind of emotions. So there would definitely be some more emotions adding up there. That is also officially confirmed by the director of the movie of Inside Out 2. So there is also huge speculation that we can get updates about all these. So what you would think, that you would might be thinking that there isn't any, you could say, official list for Toy Story 6 announcement. Yeah, I do agree with you guys. There is not any official, you can say, statement in the list which we have got for the event, that Toy Story 6 is not mentioned there. But you all do have, you can say, the knowledge that in the D23 events, it does not announce the things which they have listed. There are definitely some special screenings and some special announcement which are only meant to be the persons who are, you can say, going there in presence. So definitely we can expect that if Toy Story 6 is gonna be announced, it would be a surprise announcement. And also, what same goes for the details about some of these movies, like Inside Out 3, Zootopia 3, and Moana 3. That any announcement or any, you can say, more detail about them would be a surprise detail, and we can expect them because these type of events are just, you can say, meant to create suspense, and they offer something for those who are going there for the event personally, which, you can say, the audience sitting at the home wouldn't get. So definitely they would reveal some information about some special movies as well, and we hope so that Toy Story 6 will be one of them. What did you think, Tanvi? Yes, as I've already said before, Akhtar, that in any event there are two types of lists. First is the list of the things and the balance which are already decided and announced, that are to gain the public interest, and, you can say, obviously attract them to the event. And then other thing is the list of the, you can say, panels or announcements which are not publicly revealed. They are, you can say, kept for the event. Like when the event started, they are then, you can say, mentioned or announced and things like that. For those who are in person in the events, they are exclusive things. So it's also to build the events, you can say, events, you can say, brandness or things like that. It's a marketing technique for for the event, to keep some things exclusive and some things public. And that's where, if we could expect the Toy Story 6 announcement, we could expect it in the exclusive domain, not in the public. And that's why we haven't have any mention or announcement about the Toy Story 6 in this list of event or panels. So we could expect it in some exclusive list. Maybe it is there, or like the Moana and the Inside Out and the Zootopia 3. There could be the Toy Story 6 in the exclusive list of the event, which might be announced, or you can say teased at the during the event exclusively for those who are there, and then the update come out from there.
and that's why we will be live during the event, so that as the updates come out, we will share them here and discuss about them, that what we could, you can say, have further about the future of the franchise or things like that. Yes. Yeah, one thing which I forgot to mention, one movie was Coco 2. How we forget that? Coco 2 is also on the
Yes.
way, and I hope that in the upcoming event, so, there are a lot of movies, and we are, you can say, following all of these and are really excited for each of them in a different way. And so that's why we are expecting a lot from this event, and we hope so that if not all, then most of these movies will get some update, because it would be really good to know about these movies. We are really excited about them, and Coco 2 is also one of these. So in the previous D23 event, we got the update that Coco 2 was given the release slot of 2029, and now what I think so is that they will reveal some more info about Coco 2 storyline and its look, or any concept art or anything like that, or maybe any, you could say, any exact release date, because the exact release date for Incredibles 3 is already confirmed. Now we can expect that the exact release date of Coco 2 will also be confirmed at the upcoming D23 event. Also, there's another movie, uh, Pixar movie, Hoppers. Yeah, before that,
Before
I
that,
want
I
to, you
want
can
to, you can
say,
say,
provide
provide
some
some.
information
Yeah.
about the Coco 2. Then it is highly speculated that not, although it's not officially in the list right now, but as I have said about the exclusive list before, so the Coco 2 could be in that exclusive list, and it is highly speculated and rumored that the panel could showcase the early concept designs and provide the first look, that, you can say, give us a direction for the upcoming sequel. So there could be, you can say, early design concept or the first look like we got for the Frozen in the previous event. We could expect it for Coco 2 in this event, because, and also they could, you can say, if not, then they might share something, some important thing like the screenwriters or something with the production team at the event. It could also be possible, but obviously the things which fascinate the fans will be the first look. So I think so that we wish that we could get some first look or things like that, because obviously we are interested about the production team and the screenwriters, but we are more interested to know about the first look or any concept design. Yes, you can continue. Sorry. Yeah, no problem. And thanks a lot for the information. And yeah, if we move forward, then I remembered another movie. You guys were mostly thinking that we are just, you can say, putting out movies and movies, but these are all the movies which are, you can say, being really speculated. And we personally are, you can say, the fans of that Disney era, which includes all these movies. So we would like any of these movies getting some updates. And one of the other movies is Cars 3. And I remember that a year ago at the D23 event, it was first of all listed in the listings that Cars 3 would have a special slot. Sorry, Cars 4. But after that, that slot was for some reason removed from the list, and there was no panel for Cars 4 present there. It was very surprising at that time, but that really, you can see, started a debate over the internet that whether the Cars 4 is in production or is it possible, something like that, or why do they cancel the, you can say, that slot for Cars 4 in the event. So this is a really major thing. Maybe they can compensate that slot here in some way, and we can get some updates about Cars 4, because the mentioning of Cars 4 slot in that D23 event confirmed at least one thing, that there were some plans, or there is some plans for Cars 4. But is it, you can see, in a rigid structure right now, or it's just, you can see, an idea to be worked on? It would just be revealed if they, you can say, openly speak about it. And I hope that at the upcoming event, maybe there would be something like that too. I think so. We have, you can say, just turned this stream into a, you can say, whole D23 predictions, or you can say wildcard ideas. But still, we are just, you can say, discussing the things. Yeah. So, Tabi, what did you think about Cars 4? Yeah, first of all, so that was necessary because the event is so close, and so that's why we have started our discussion. We have
move through our discussion from Toy Story 7 to the D23 list because they are connected. They are obviously connected because if there could be any chance for the earlier announcement of Toy Story 6, then it could be on the D23 event. And that's why we are discussing it. And obviously, with the Toy Story 6, we are also discussing the other you can say popular animated movies which are getting announced, or sorry, or which could be you can say get some details about at the at this event. Yes, and but where we were, oh, the yes, on the Cars 4. Yes, the Cars 4. I think so. That was a poll, Akhtar, right? Or was it a event? It was in the event list. Was it a poll by the D23 on the
on the
X, or
X, or
was it
it
mentioned in the
mentioned in the
event
wet
list?
list?
What was
What
that
was that
rumor?
rumor? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think so
think
that
so that to be precise, it was actually you can say a poll initiated on the official website of the D23 event, where they asked the fans that which panel they are excited for. Yeah, and in those options there was an option for Cars 4, but after that they immediately removed that option. So that created a lot of hype. That why would they mention that if Cars 4 was not even there? So many of people think that there was Cars 4 on the list. That is an insider update that the Cars 4 was there on the list, but they for some reason just removed it from the list. Okay, so it was an insider, yes, because on the web it is you can say like you can say X poll or the X platform. Yeah, so it's an insider that it was on the list, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so if it was in the list and it was removed for some reason, then obviously there could be two possibilities. The first of all is that uh, they might have you can say uh, some other you can say issue with the Cars franchise, which is you can say very least probability. And the second is obviously they want to delay the things. And obviously it has been a year now after that update, so we could expect that the Cars 4 could be you can say in the discussed in the event, obviously, because especially after so much hype, because after that you can say speculation it sorry after that social media post, there was a huge speculation about the Cars 4 on the internet, and it was you can so much discussed. So they should answer the questions publicly, at least in the event. If not, if they do not want to announce, they could you can say directly at the event. But they should answer those speculations, because it has been an year now that the Cars fans are still hoping that they could you can say get something from the event about the Cars 4. Yes. Yeah, definitely. That was really misfortunate to see that they did it like that. But still, to some extent, the fans were really thankful to the D23 official handles that they actually somehow revealed that Cars 4 is in the plans, or is you can say possible, because it you can say actually lights up a way that Cars 4 can be possible, especially after Cars 3 being released. And it's been so many years after that that we didn't get any single you can say update about anything. So this marks you can say some great hype for the Cars 4, and that was a really great thing for the fans. Also, I have seen that the actual panel, there's definitely there are many screenings and panels going on in the D23 event. There are also some special screenings like for Beauty and the Beast, a special movie. Also, the a special short for Pixar's Loving Dory, based on the character from Dory from the Finding Nemo, and they were all being there. But for the official movie announcement, for the release slots and things like that, it's the panel which is titled as Disney Entertainment Showcase. It would include Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and Walt Disney Animation Studios panel, which would sit together, and they would sit on the first day of the event on Friday, August 14th or 26th, and the timing is actually you can say 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific times. And the films which are officially included in the list are Hexed, Ghetto, Frozen 3, Incredibles 3, The Mandalorian and Grogu, and Avengers Doomsday, and the live action X Men movie. So these are the movies which are officially included in the list. But definitely, as we told you, that there are many movies which are announced surprisingly, or which are you can say as a surprise element to bring you can say more life to the event. And if I convert this time to the ET, then in the Eastern time it would be, you can say, something around 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So you just, you can say, just as have get into the things and see that when we can get live, we would definitely be coming live during that time, and we would request you all to join us at that time. We would share the live updates with you, and let's discuss the live updates with you at the same time as well. And yeah, so that's the about the that's all about the event. And yeah, so Tanvir, what are your, you can say, thoughts overall about all of this, about the event, about the T23 event? Yes, Akhtar, we could expect very big updates from. Yes, Byron, really sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Byron, yes, Toy Story 7 is possible, and that's because the this, Toy Story director, and you said that the Toy Story 5 director have officially stated that in two statements. In the first statement, it was, you can say, a bit earlier before the Toy Story 5. He said that there will be more Toy Story, you can say, movies, and the recent statement from him about the Toy Story 7 is like that. He said that while working on Toy Story 5, the Pixar have brainstormed ideas for at least two more Toy Story movies, which definitely indicates that Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7. So that's why we are discussing here tonight about that Toy Story 7. And we are doing the stream voted that what could be the possibilities for the Toy Story 7, what could be the possible release date, and the storyline, and everything like that about the Toy Story 7. Yeah, you can say that it's too early, but yes, it's still there. It's not, you can say, fake or anything like that. Yes. Yeah, and while I was, you can say, reply to the question. D23. Yeah, the overall thing which we could expect from the event is that there is so much things coming up next, so much updates, and you can say many things to see, like the first look or any concept arts which will be released at the event, and also the major announcements about some, you can say, movies which are long awaited, and maybe some surprise announcements like Toy Story 6, which we always all are expecting, obviously, after the huge success of Toy Story 5. And so there could be so much things we could expect from the event, Akhtar. And one thing is for sure, there are so many good things about the animated movies which are coming soon at the event, and it will it will be have, you can say, so much to discuss after the event. Yes. Yeah, you're definitely right, Tanvir. And what my perception is that this D23 is going to be really unique, especially if compared to the past ones in the previous years, because this one has so many sequels updates other than the newer movies updates, or it, because there are so many sequels being announced in the previous few years, and it would cover a lot of them, I think so. And let's see and hope for the best. That's what I can see. That's what I can say. And let's see that what they would announce and what would be there for the fans, because as a fan we eagerly wait for these events to get updates about our favorite movies and franchises, and let's see that what they have planned for us for now. Also, there are some other animated movies too which are coming out, which we are really excited for. And I'm saying that just as we have discussed all these movies, there are a few other movies which we also want to discuss. And these are some movies from DreamWorks and Illuminations. Like,
Yes,
so,
like
yes,
so,
yeah, you can continue.
yes,
Yes, the main one which I will want to, you can say, discuss on here is about the Shrek 5. Obviously, it's coming out the next year, and it was, you can say, it has so many things to discuss because the last Shrek movie was come in 2010, and now it's releasing nearly after a decade. Yes, not a decade, it's a, you can say, 2 decade, you can say nearly 2 decade, because after 2010 and now 2027. Obviously it got delayed because of some reasons and things like that, but now finally Shrek 5 is there. It's coming out next year. And not only Shrek 5, after
the spin-off series for about the donkey from the Shrek. So we are, you can say, there is so much Shrek content ahead in the upcoming years. Like we are so much, you can say, detached from the franchise after the 2010. Obviously, yeah, there was, you can say, I think so, the Puss in the Boot spin-off in between and some series like that. But obviously, there is not much, you can say, major Shrek film, and now it's finally coming out next year. And after that, another, you can say, uh, spin-off of the Donkey. Then it is so many, you can say, Shrek content ahead. And uh, I have, you can say, not gone through much about the, you can say, plot or anything like that. Let's search it about here, that what is going about. Yeah, so official plot details for Shrek 5. Yeah, so it will focus on Shrek, Fiona, and their three growing childs. Donkey will embark on a whirlwind big city adventure to a dizzying new location called Further Further Away after Felicia heads off to Magic College. Okay, so that storyline is so much, you can say, interesting here. Like what we could see is about that the focus will be on the donkey embarking on the worldwide big city adventure, like something like Shrek. Okay, so Felicia, the Shrek's one of the Shrek's child, go to the college, and the donkey will have adventure on another location. Obviously, Shrek was with him as well. So it is going to be a very, you can say, good movie and interesting. Definitely, and given the, you can say, context that that Shrek's child are also grown up now, I would really love to see that how the Shrek childs are, you can say, perceived, how their personalities are, because over the years we have seen the Shrek's personality is so loving and so funny at the same time, but he is also wise many times. But let's see that what's the personalities of Shrek's child and how they are, you can say, perceiving it. And one of the most greatest thing which I would like to know is that whether the Shrek childs have the ability in the magical realm or in the magical world to be turned into humans, because actually their mother is actually a human which is turned magically into a monster. So that would also be really, you can say, interesting to see that. And definitely, Donkey and Shrek's duo is always the greater one, and have that kind of nostalgic feel which we have before while watching Shrek, first Shrek 2 and then Shrek the third. So it would be really good to see Shrek 4 in the theaters, and that too really soon. Also, on the other hand, uh, Donkey, the movie, which will be more focused on, you can say, the Donkey's character. And to be honest, that Shrek's franchise, they have, you can say, that kind of ability that they make the even the spin-off movies really well, like they have done with the Puss in the Boots uh, spin-off movies. They were really amazing how they have managed that character, and I think so that they would do the same with Donkey. And Donkey is a character who's a, you can say, second main character of the Shrek franchise. So definitely it would be very interesting to see his backstory, because we all know Shrek's story because he is the main character. We all know story about Puss in the Boots because we got the spin-off movies for him. But now it's time to know the story about the donkey and his past story and all his life struggles, something like that. It would be really interesting to see it. But yes, and the plot, I now got it properly, and it's about that Felicia, the Shrek's, one of the Shrek's child, his daughter, go to a magical college to obviously learn the magic and things like that. And from there, Donkey also, I guess you can say, expect that from the plot text that the Donkey also go with him, obviously, as a responsible person. We all know how responsible he is, so he go with her because it's in another city far far away, where they go and they have adventure there. But I think so that Shrek will also get involved in and go there, because obviously without Shrek the story will not continue like that. Yes, but I am surprising that what we could get to see in that donkey spin-off, the past of the donkey, because we haven't have any glimpse or thing like that about his past. Yeah, definitely. The donkey spin-off is the one which, you can say, make me more good, because think more good of it, because donkey is a character which is, you can say, being the main life of the Shrek's franchise, his humor and his, you can say, characteristics, and at the same time his loyalty and friendship is so good to see in all the movies. So let's see that what's up to be, and also how his family he's been formed. He's married to a dragon and they have dragon a donkey child. So it's really, you can say, would be interesting to see his storyline. Although we didn't know much about the storyline yet because the movie is in very early phase of development and it's expected to come out in 2028, but still there is no official plot over it. Let's see what would be the official plot which can be revealed in, because in a couple of months or in an year about the movie.
Also,
Also, now if we get into the Illumination Studios,
yes,
and then
right now
right
there
now
is
there is
only a sorry for
sorry
this.
for this.
Yeah, no
Say,
problem.
say.
Yes, right now there is only a official teaser trailer from which you can say we get to, you can say, expect the plot and things like that, and the exact direction which we are expecting right now is that the Shrek donkey and the family, you can say the complete family, the donkey's family and the Shrek family, they are moving to some another city, another big city, for, you can say, uh, which is called the Far Far Away, and maybe because of, obviously, as I've told earlier, for the Shrek daughter's college, admission in the magical college and things like that. Might be there is could be some other reason as well, but in the official teaser we got the direction that they are moving to some other adventure, some other big city. Yes. Yeah, that would be, you can say, a total family drama to see then that how they all campaign this. And you know what thing which I liked a lot about the Shrek franchise is that they are so loyal to their characters. Like, if they have made the character of Donkey, they are bringing it in every movie. If they have made the character of the person in the boats, they're taking it everywhere. The same goes for Shrek's family and also the Donkey's family. They are still together on every adventure, and that's a good thing. Just like I said.
Yeah, definitely. They are carrying on the whole team to wherever they go. And that's the main, you could say, thing you have to understand while working on the franchises like these, that fans like their togetherness, like how they are working as a team. So that's a thing which is very commendable for the Shrek franchise, that they bring all their characters together. No matter where the storyline is going, all of these characters would be together. And that's really interesting and really good to see. It's highly appreciated as well. Also, now if we get into the Illumination movies, then from the Illumination, we just got the Minions 3, and now we are, you can say, expecting the Sing 3 and The Secret Life of Pets 3. These are the two movies which we are really excited for. We personally like both of these movies a lot. From the Illumination, if you ask us, and then for the Illumination Studios, we like this Cable Me franchise, we like the Minions franchise. Definitely, they are the same, and we like the Secret Lives of Pet and Sing franchise. These are the three, four franchises we love a lot from the Illumination Studios. From the DreamWorks, we like the Boss Baby, Shrek, and Kung Fu Panda, and these are, you can say, the three Croods too. Yeah, these are the three, four franchises which we liked a lot from DreamWorks. And obviously, for Disney and Pixar, we are the, you can say, very great fan of Disney and Pixar. Most of the movies, so that wouldn't be the case for them. We like most of their movies. So let's first discuss about the Secret Life of Pets 3. What are your opinions? Yes, obviously, the Secret Life of Pet is a very good franchise, and the even good was their continuation of the storyline in the second installment. I remember then when we first saw the Secret Life of Pets, we got the idea so much fascinated, and it was very great. You could say it's a very unique and very great idea of the Secret Life of Pets. And after that, when we got the sequel announced, we were so much excited, but also, you could say, thinking about that how would they continue the storyline and things like that. But they done it very perfectly. They introduced some new characters and things like that, and continue the things smoothly. Like, as far as I remember, the owner of the uh, the main character, the dog, got the, you can say, another pet as well, and they have the adventure together. First of all, they become the rival, but then they realize the friendship, the true friendship, which is the, you can say, main identification, or you can say the face of the franchise of the Secret Life of Pet. the main lesson of the franchise about the friendship and the bond between the pets and also with their owners, obviously. So it was very good to see that how they continued things, and it looked like that they have done it perfectly. And we are really excited to see that what they bring out in the third installment, uh, which new characters could get introduced and which new issue or thing like that could get introduced, because the second installment had focused on the issue that when there is a new pet in the family, how you have to manage him and you can say create a bond with that pet and things like that. And let's see what they have for the third installment. We are really excited about it. Yeah, and well, that the plot is currently the official plot is currently definitely under the wraps. They haven't revealed a lot yet. Only the confirmed details is that the CEO of Illumination and Universal Pictures, Chris Meledandri, have confirmed that the franchise director Chris Renaud is returning. And also, they are heavily focused right now on building the storyline because it's in very early phase of development, and there is not any specific details available right now about the storyline of the Secret Lives of Pet 3. But yet still, we hope so that it would be more amazing than the previous storylines. The previous storyline were definitely more good, but we hope that the third movie will be even more good. And if we see it in the past years, like how Illumination have done the thing with the Minions 3 recently, the Minions and the Monster, which came out recently, they have just nailed the things a lot. They are making the movies even more better than before. Yeah, for a specific period of time, there was a damp era for them where they were making the good movies, but after that they just have come back with a very strong ideas with a very firm, you can say, approach. And now the movies which they are making are definitely worthwhile watching, are really great to see. And especially we have just watched Minions and Monsters, and it's really good to see that movie. The storyline, the character design, the animation, and everything was superb to see. And we hope so that that's why we are expecting that the Secret Life of Pets 3 would be even more, you can say, better than its prequel, which was the Secret Life of Pets 2. And it's been, you can say, almost 7 years now. So we hope so that after 7 years, and still, it's not officially confirmed its release date. So it can come out, you can say, even after 3 to 4 more years. So even after, you can say, 10 years, you should give, you can say, a robust type of movie. Also, if we now get into the Sing 3, then I know Sing is one of those movies which give you a lot of great vibe, because it's somehow matches to uh, Coco in some manners. Like especially it's related to more about, you can say, the passion of singing and things like that. And Sing 3 would be the really basic. If you personally asked us, we would be more, you can say, delighted to see Sing 3 uh, rather than, you can say, the Secret Lives of Pet 3. We would also like to watch that, but if you ask us that we are more excited for, we would like to watch the Sing 3 first, and then we will watch the Secret Life of Pets 3. Yeah. So tell me, what are your thoughts about Sing 3? Yes, obviously, the scenario with the sync is same, and obviously the idea for the very first movie of the Sing was very great, and it was very unique as well. And obviously, like you said, it resembles with the Coco too. So obviously it has a, you can say, very good and unique storyline, and even they continue it in the second installment very well. And let's see what they have, you can say, trying to bring in the third installment, and how will they pursue the things. And but till yet they have pursued it so well, and we hope so that we'll get to see the Sing 3 even more interesting. Will be focused on even more interesting topic, and will have even more great adventure, because the Sing is obviously, you can say, uh, got to know from his adventure, the adventurous journey before getting that final things like that. And obviously, we are excited to see that what they bring for the what which adventure they bring for the third installment. Yes. Yeah. So if we get into the more specific details, then as of right now, the release date for Sync 3 is highly, which is highly, because it's speculated, it's 2027 or 2028. And Also, it is revealed that the studio is working on something entirely new. They have made it clear that they aren't just, you can say, repeating the old storylines. They will be more focusing on the newer storyline, and they would also, you can say, focus on more popular musics and grand musical numbers in the movie. And that also makes sense because Sing is also about the music as well. Also, the main characters like Buster Moon, Ash, Johnny, and Mina are widely expected to return, and definitely they would return because it's Sing 3, so it would be possible without them. And sincerely, from even just the name, I am really, you can say, excited for Sing 3 as a Sing franchise fan, because it would be really interesting to see that how they, you can say, take up the storyline from the previous movie and move it towards in the next chapter of their life. So yeah, yeah, what do you think about, you can say, this? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
I
what
think
are
that
your
what are
opinions
your
over
opinions
all
over
these
all
movies,
these
especially
movies, especially
these
these
Illumination and DreamWorks
Illumination and
movies?
DreamWorks movies?
That which movie are you really excited for, and which movie would you like to watch the very first? Because obviously we are going to watch all of these movies, whether it's, you can say, Secret Life of Pet, whether it's Sing 3, we are going to watch all of them. But which one would you like to watch the very first, and would be the very exciting one for you? Yes, obviously it will be Shrek because it's coming nearly after 2 decades after it. The last original Shrek movie was in 2010, and now it's coming in 2027. So it's nearly after 2 decades that we are getting a Shrek movie, and obviously I'm really excited about the Shrek movie and also then the spin-off movie of the Donkey. But if you ask about the Illumination and the DreamWorks, then I am more excited for the Sing, and then you can see the Secret Life of Pets, and then the other, and that's how I will rank them. But first of all, I am really excited about the Shrek because it is coming after very long wait. So let's see that what they bring in the original Shrek uh, installment, fifth installment, obviously, because very often we see that after Shrek is a movie which have released the movies, you can say, not after that much gap. Like in the case of Toy Story, you could expect that Toy Story franchise could release a movie after a decade or after 6 to 7 years. But the Shrek franchise isn't known for it. They are known for, you can say, producing the films very fast. Like they, like even in this time frame of the from the 2010 to 2027, they have released so many, you can say, spin-off movies related to Shrek franchise and so many spin-off series as well. But obviously, the main film of the Shrek haven't been released. Obviously, it got late as well. There are, you can say, many things about it. It goes through many things before getting a release date of 2027. And by the end, it was, I think so, it was planned for 2026, and then again it was 50 to 2027. And what we said that we can hope so that we finally got it at 2027. We didn't want it to get late anymore. Yes. Definitely, and I would also like to see definitely Shrek 5 first because the movie is really amazing. And after that, you could say if there's a movie or the number two, that would be Sing 3, then it would be The Secret Life of Pets 3, and then after that, The Donkey and the other movies as well. And we keep watching like that. And also, while discussing, when we are discussing Illumination Studios and we are discussing DreamWorks Animation Studios, it's how you could say possible that we didn't mention Kung Fu Panda and The Boss Baby. For Kung Fu Panda 5, recently there was an official, you can say, announcement, not with much speculation, but it was officially, you can say, revealed that a Kung Fu Panda fifth movie is in active development at DreamWorks Animation Studios. And initially it was, you can say, revealed that the movie could come out sometime in early 2027, maybe in the February or March. But right now we didn't get any updates about it Yes, very sorry for the disruption. Yeah, so I was asking that you have said that it was in the you can say and there in the you can say plans that it got late. So it means it was there in the announcements or things like that. Uh, yeah, I mean that when it was revealed, it was speculated that it would be coming out sometime in early 2027. There was a huge speculation, but right now we didn't get any much updates after that because it's just you can say revealed that it's in active planning or active development, but not any further update has been shared yet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, yes, yeah, definitely we could, you could say, expect that, and obviously we are waiting for it. Since the Kung Fu Panda 4 was a, you could say, box office hit. It was gross, you could say, around 547 million in the box office, which is so much for a film. For an animated film, obviously, it is a very good, you can say, landmark. So obviously, we could expect that Kung Fu Panda 5, and we are obviously waiting for it. Yes, and if it's up on there, that's a very good thing. Also, if it gets late, then no problem because the Kung Fu Panda 4 was released in 2022, and if we have to wait 1 or 2 more years, then no problem. But there should be a Kung Fu Panda 5. Yes. Yeah, it is also officially revealed that yeah, it is also officially revealed that if I have checked the official details, that the executive producer Mike Mitchell has revealed that, and the creative team have publicly confirmed that the fifth installment is on the cards due to immense box office success of Kung Fu Panda 4. So it's confirmed by the executive producer Mike Mitchell and the creative team. And also, there's you can say another major update about the trilogy roadmap. The official stance from DreamWorks is that the fourth film kicked off a brand new trilogy, making Kung Fu Panda 5 the vital middle chapter of this new narrative. So they are also following the same thing as Andrew Stanton doing in Toy Story franchise. That the first three movies were a trilogy, the next three movies will be a separate trilogy. They are doing the same with the Kung Fu Panda. So Kung Fu Panda 3 was start of a new trilogy, at the end of which we got to know that Po finally gets together with his original family, his father. So it would be really interesting to see the new adventures in this trilogy. Also, the production timeline, then it was expected in 2027. Let's see what is going on. Also, if we discuss the expected plot, then here it's revealed that the central story will follow Poe navigating his elevated role as a spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace while actively training Zen the Corsic Fox to master her destiny as a new dragon warrior. Yeah, definitely that was highly expected plot because Poe is now also, you can say, uh, been a dragon warrior for years, and now he's also a master training a new disciple of his own to reach her destiny of being a new dragon warrior. And also a new threat. Early concept heavily hint at the duo traveling far beyond the Valley of Peace into an unfamiliar desert region to confront a new rising villain. And what would be about the Furious Five? The Furious Five, after sitting out most of the fourth movie, the original Furious Five are planned to reintegrate directly into the main plot line as veteran protectors assisting Zen. So definitely the Furious Five will be there with alongside with Poe because Poe is like a family for them. So they would definitely be Poe, and now they are training a brand new, you can say, kid named a fox kid named Zen to be the new Dragon Warrior. And that's you can say all the updates about the plot. What did you think about them from these perceptions now, from these updates? Yeah, these updates are you can say quite similar, and the case is quite you can say uh, similar to the Toy Story for a six, obviously because the creators obviously want to you can say complete the you can say set of the storyline like trilogy, and also the same with the you can say scenario of the things like that. They want to continue the storyline in the same fashion, and obviously they have so much story to tell. They have the story of the Poe to tell. There are so many unanswered questions about his story, and about there are so many questions about the universe to explore. And as long as they have the new ideas and the questions and the mysteries you solve in every installment, there could be more
Kung Fu Panda movies, obviously, yes. Yeah, definitely, you're right. And also, that it would be really interesting to see. And also, I have just, you can say, research that they are saying that Master Shifu is also confirmed to return in the movie, because obviously we all know that Oogway has been, you can say, already passed away, but yet still he will okay, he can make an appearance as he do in every movie, being in the vision or in a dream or in the, you could say, spirit dream. But Shifu would definitely be present there physically because he is still alive, and he will be there alongside Po and the Furious Five, because he is definitely their leader, so he would be there too. And it is also revealed that Shifu will continue his role as a senior guide at the Jade Palace, having watched to Po step up as a spiritual leader. Shifu will help oversee the transition of Zen as the official new Dragon Warrior. So yeah, definitely he would be there too, assisting Po in his new role, because he is also the leader of, you can say, or the master of Po as well. So definitely it would be really interesting to see the storyline. It is really great to see all this, and would be really excited for it, and would watch it. You can say with a lot of excitement. Yes, on the other, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, yeah, you can complete it. Then we can move forward to Hotel Brasilia 5, which is, you can say, also have the confirmation recently. Yeah, you can discuss his first time. I was just, you can say, moving forward to the next one, which is Boss Baby 3. But you can first of all discuss the Hotel Hotel Transylvania 5 is officially titled The Haunting of the Hotel Transylvania, and that's because in the movie the Dracula finally retires, and obviously her daughter Melvis takes over the running of the hotel. But when the mysterious events started taking place, the drag pack need to investigate, and the whole storyline is upon that thing. So that's why it's titled as The Haunting of the Hotel Transylvania. And obviously it's a major shift in the storyline, because before that, the things are in the head of the Dracula, but now he's enjoying his retirement. So we can expect that the storyline will divide into two parts, as the Dracula was on her, you can say, retirement vacations, and at the back there on the hotel, the Malus and the Drag Pack are trying to investigate the things that what's are happening in the hotel. So it could be a good idea to continue a sixth installment with a new, you can say, energy and new, you can say, idea. Yes. Also, we could expect it by you can say it is scheduled to release on 8 October 2027. Excited to see all of this, and you know that the Hotel Transylvania 4 was really amazing. Even the third one was really amazing. Yeah, all the Hotel Transylvania movies were really amazing, but especially the third and the fourth one, just, you can say, nailed the things down really well. And that makes, you can say, a lot of, you can say, excitement and urge for the Hotel Transylvania 5. And there were also some speculations, I remember, with the Hotel Transylvania 4, that it would be the last one. But now they are making the Hotel Transylvania 5. And at that time, when people were saying that it would be the last one, uh, we internally, to some extent, were expecting that no, it's not the last one. They would make uh, other ones and more too in the future. But the reason was simple: it's just really performing well for them. So I would just, you can say, abandon the franchise as its peak. So it's really good that they are bringing it back with the fifth installment, and we hope so they would keep bringing it back with the more installments too, and we keep watching it like that. Yeah. Again, the same thing I will say, that until or unless they are just, you can say, keep ready of the things, we are okay with it, and we are ready to watch, and would love to watch them, and we keep watching them. Yes. Yes. Now we can continue with the Boss Baby. Yeah. So the Boss Baby 3 is also there on the board. It was officially announced during a quiz Q and question and answer session with the press, when the you can say when the producer announced that the Boss Baby 3 is also in development. The project was officially announced as being in the early stages of development by professional Q&A featuring cast members Alec Baldwin and Amy Sedaris. Also, the original voice cast is returning, and behind the camera, the recent and official update is that Chris Applehand has been appointed as the director of the upcoming sequel. Also, the release date is not officially confirmed yet, and neither the storyline you can say confirmed yet. But yeah, one thing is you can say confirmed that the movie is in very early phase of development and will be there soon. So it's really great to know that Boss Baby 3 is also coming out very soon. And let's see that what they have to show in the third installment, because the first two were really amazing. What are your thoughts, Tanvir? Yes, obviously. Have they announced anything about the storyline? Yeah, for the storyline, they haven't, you can say, revealed any official detail yet. But the highly speculated, we get into the speculated plots, and there are obviously some plots, and one of them is the dynamic trio. The story will most likely continue to follow adult brothers Tim and Ted alongside Tim's youngest daughter Tina, who is the top secret leader for Baby Cop. It's one of the, you can say, most speculated storyline. And the other hand, the second storyline is a new corporate threat. The central conflict usually involves a new villain trying to disrupt the balance of love between babies and something else, like pets in the first film or parents in the second. The third movie will feature like a new external threat to Baby Cop that forces the Templeton family back into the action. That's the most, you can say, suitable, which I think so. Anyways, the third one is aging and family bonds. The franchise heavily focused on growing up and brotherhood. The third film is expected to dive deeper into Ted and Tim navigating their adult lives while balancing their secret baby agents' duties, possibly introducing older version of Tim's other daughters and Tabitha. So, out of yeah, we also can't wait for it. MA1112. We are also really excited for it. Sorry if you pronounce it wrong, but we are also really excited for Toy Story to come, Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7 to come out. Yeah, to all up to Toy Story 20, and even you can say to infinity and beyond. It will be really, you can say, amazing to see. Until or unless they are just dragging up the things, we are okay with all these movies. We are really excited for them, and we would love watching them. We keep watching them. Yeah. Yeah, so Tavi, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts about
it
Boss
will
Baby
be a
2?
very great idea, especially that the first Boss Baby was ended on a cliffhanger, which was a very big cliffhanger, and we really want the second installment to get the answer to that cliffhanger. And then in the in the Boss Baby 2, it also got ended on another cliffhanger, and we really want to know to you can say know what happened next in that storyline, and how will they will resolve this cliffhanger, because one thing is sure, they ultimately solve the cliffhanger very nicely, like they haven't, you can say, got it ended on something like that on a dead end. They always try to solve the, you can say, storyline. We like, know that it's a dimensional work. They have a dimensional concept, you can say, inside the franchise, inside the universe of the Boss Baby. So obviously, they need to manage the things up to it and manage the ending for that specific thing, as for the specific installment. So they keep in mind the things like to resolve the storyline completely, and also to add a proper cliffhanger for the next movie. They are very perfect in it. So obviously, it was ended on a very big cliffhanger, the Boss Baby 2, and we really want to see that how they resolve it in Toy Story 3, and what else they could, you can say, give us as a cliffhanger for the by the end of the Toy Story, sorry, of the Boss Baby 3.
Yeah, definitely. And out of all these plots, which one does you could say more appeal to you? Which one do you think would be the most possible one out of all these three? There are definitely a lot more too, but these are the most major ones which can be possible. So, what did you think? Which one of these would be more possible? I'll share my.
Yeah, firstly, could you share your own, then I could answer yes.
Yeah. So, according to me, I think so that the plot, the two plot which are more possible is the dynamic trio plot and the new corporate threat plot. But out of these, a new corporate threat plot is the one which makes more sense, because, as we all know, that in the first movie, Baby Cops is almost in the danger every time when
yes, there is something being more loved more than babies. So they just, you can say, deploy their secret agents to restore the love structure or the love chart for the baby, so that people can start loving babies again. So, and the first movie it was pets who were taking over the love chart, and after that in the second movie there were parents who were taking over the love charts, and now in the third movie there can be some new entity or some new thing which is taking over the love chart. And again the baby cop summons their all the agents, including the secret agents of our favorite duo, to, you can say, resolve the issue. So this is the part which most appeals me and most likely will happen. Another part which, if they want to do something different, then the dynamic trio plot will suit very well, because it will follow the storyline of Tim and Ted as adult brothers alongside Tim's youngest daughter Tina, who is now a top secret agent working for Baby Cop. So this will follow, to, you can say, a new generation of secret agent cop, rather than following the Tim and Ted as a secret agents for Baby Cop. What are your thoughts? Tanvir?
Yes, I think so that I will go with the new corporate travels, because it seems very, you can say, fascinating and also impressive to me, because taking into account the previous two movies of the Boss Baby, uh, they have already tried out some aspects of the other two options, like the internal power struggle and also the taking lead, the taking lead method as well. They have already done it in the first two movies. They should go with an external rivalry. Obviously, that someone is introduced as a rebel who is, you can say, taking the share of the baby's market share of love. They are, you can say, competing the baby's corp. So that's why they will have to manage things like that together. The Tim, the Tina, and the other would you like to, you can say, have on this issue, have a, you can say, oversee on this issue to, you can say, overcome it. Yes.
Yeah, and this is the one which makes, you can say, the most sense. And if we discuss the release date, that it is not officially confirmed yet, but it's as seen it's been in the, you can say, very early phase of development. Then it is highly expected to come out sometime in, you can say, 2030 or later, because definitely it's just being announced in very early phase of development. So it's the usual time frame required for any animated movie to be made. And let's see that what we will get in the Boss Baby 3. And yeah, so Tavi, what are your thoughts now all over this? And if we summarize all these things in this stream, from Toy Story, we started from Toy Story 7 to all the way to D23, and then we discussed the elimination movies, and we discussed the DreamWorks movies, and now we also discussed some other, you can say, movies, sequels which we have left before. So what will you say to summarize all these things for today's stream? That what are your thoughts over this?
Yes, it was, you can say, all so much fun here, and obviously interacting with the people, and also discussing the, you can say, it starting from the Toy Story 7 originally, and then going off with Toy Story 6, and then from the D23 point we got to the other franchise movies like Incredibles, Monster Inc., Moana, Frozen, and then moving on to the Illumination movies, and then DreamWorks movies like Sing, and then Shrek, and moving on to here to the Boss Baby till the Boss Baby movie. So obviously there are so many things and to coming up in the upcoming years. Obviously, there is so many big installments coming up and reviving. Obviously, a new installment in a franchise is the revival of that franchise. So there are so many installments coming on in the big franchises. Some are very old franchises. Some are that franchises of the new era, like Boss Baby, Zootopia. They are the franchises of the after the 2010 era. So they have, you can say, a new era, and those installments are coming on. So there are so many things, amazing content is coming on ahead.
I summarize everything up, then definitely it was, first of all, really amazing interacting with you guys during this live stream, and we enjoyed it a lot, and we hope so that you also enjoyed the stream a lot. Although we started from the Toy Story 7 and move on all towards the D23 predictions, the D23 cards. After that, we
went on to the Illuminations upcoming movies and the DreamWorks upcoming movies, and then all the way to these other upcoming sequels. And I would just like to say that it was, you can say, really amazing and nostalgic to see all of this, because every time we discuss these movies, it's really excitement outside of us, that we want to, you can say, watch them and keep watching them. It's so great, each of them. So let's just, you could say, what we can say for these movies is that, let's just say, let's wait and hope for the best, especially for, if we now move back to our main point, Toy Story 7, then it's on the board, because Edu Staten has revealed that Toy Story 6 is coming, and also Toy Story 7 is also there on the cards. So, as Toy Story fans, we are more than excited than ever, and let's just wait and hope for the best. Toy Story 6 is first, definitely it would come first. So let's first now focus on Toy Story 6. Let's see what updates we can get. And D23 event is just, you can say, a couple of days far away from now. And we would be, for another, you can say, reminder, you would be live during the D23 event. And during that event, we will share the live updates with you. And we will discuss, you can say, all these updates in the lifetime. So you can join us, and we'll definitely be, you can say, live here with you to discuss all these updates. And let's just hope that we get some very good updates about all of these movies at the D23 event and in the upcoming, you can say, months or years, but also for the Toy Story franchise, for Toy Story 6 and Toy Story 7. Yeah. So thanks a lot for watching today's stream, and we will also, you can say, taking to, you can say, continue these streams on regular basis. So thanks a lot for joining us, and keep joining us always. Thanks a lot. Yes, thanks a lot for joining to all. Yes.